It's your boy ESQUIRE, man, music producer, based out here in Norfolk, Virginia. February, I hit my 18th year, man, doing this. 18 years, man. Once I hit my 10-year mark, cross that 10,000 hour mark where you become a master of what you're doing, man, like, everything became a lot easier for me. In the span of about 16 years, I would say about 8 artists. 8 so far, man. So definitely trying to get a lot more, you know what I mean? But as a producer, man, you gotta push your sound out abroad, you know. But it's a lot of sleepers out here, man. Yeah, it's a lot. Throughout my career, man, right now, and I have a whole Spotify playlist catered to just things I've done, man. I'm sitting at about 8 hours worth of music. Right, so project-based wise, at least 20 projects at the least that, you know, I've been able to be fortunate to be a part of. Groove Theory, man. I did a project called Groove Theory during COVID, right? That was a heavy mark on everybody, you know what I mean? Mental health wise and everything, bro. And for me, taking that on, reaching out to all these different artists during that time frame when I knew studios were shutting down and a lot of people wouldn't have that avenue to be able to go in and record. Like, they had the element, you know, they're doing a lot of shit at the crib, you know what I'm saying? So, did Groove Theory, and still to this day, like, that's probably my heart right there. Graffiti Symphony is out. This is like 8 months in the working, you know what I mean? I tapped in with DJ Zoom, who is originally from out here, to executive producer with me. Shouts to my boy Mecca Bridges. Did all the mastering, recording, mixing, engineering. Me and him go way back, over 10 years. And we got a good solid 10 to 12 artists on this joint, man. Soulful, boom bap, R&B, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to keep it in a certain thing, and also incorporate art with music. DJ Zoom is a painter as well, you know what I mean? So, and then she's also a celebrity DJ, Southside Zoom, man. Like, watching her do verses for Anthony Hamilton was crazy, you know what I mean? So for her to be a part of this and to fly out from LA and fly here to Norfolk, man, and work with me and really iron out this project was a dope experience, man. Yeah, so hit me up. The artist's name is POW. She want me to keep herself anonymous. Like, she's an anonymous artist. But hit me up. Me and Bridge made that record. We knocked it out. We knocked that one in, another record out. You know, honestly, the other record is probably my favorite. You know what I'm saying? We was in here like Michael Jackson off the wall. We was out here playing instruments. I'm out here hitting a spoon on a Tanqueray bottle after taking a shot. You know what I mean? Creating. But yeah, we did Hit Me Up, and that is the add-on to the project, really. So the project really only has maybe 11 records, and that's the 12th. So it incorporates that. Out of every record on this project, man, like, this is one I've been hit up about the most. It definitely is. A lot of my fan base enjoys this record, which means they listen to the whole project for me because it's at the end. You know what I mean? And they enjoy it because they tell me it brings more of a wintertime feel. You know what I mean? We've been getting snow out here in VA a lot. You know what I mean? So it's one of them snowed in records that you could just chill and vibe to. You know what I mean? So, you know, definitely appreciative of that. I always wanted to work with Zoom, and it was more so in the basis of just incorporating music with art. You know what I mean? I like going to museums and things like that, looking at artwork, trying to interpret it myself, you know, and for me, interpreting paintings with music, you know what I mean, it definitely tied in with us coming up with this name. Like, this wasn't one person thing. Like, this is me and her sitting back, and you know, graffiti is art. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't interpret it as art, but when I see them trains come through Norfolk, when I get stopped, right, I gotta wait for the train to pull up, man, and I'm seeing all this graffiti and I'm seeing all this art that people are creating around that. Or I'm driving through and I see a bridge and I see the art. Like, there are a lot of artists out here that don't get a lot of notoriety, you know what I mean, in terms of what they're doing. So I wanted to make something centered around the painters and the drawers and things like that. Something that they can sit back and get a vibe to and create. This was 8 months in the making, man. 8 months. So I made all the production besides Hit Me Up, which was a collaborative project, about 8 months ago. And I reached out to Zoom. We got a ground point of who we should work with. She sent me some recommendations. Her thing was she wanted everybody on this project 7x7. Everybody. You know what I mean? So she sent me a lot, like a shitload of people, man, to just reach out to. I reached out to them, you know what I mean? But of course, you know, everybody's here is pretty busy, man, putting in their own work. So shouts out to Scoozy, who has record number 4 or 5. He surprised me playing saxophone on the joint too. J2 the Craftsman, like one of my solid artists, man, that I've been working with for the past 2 years. So, and then of course DJ Zoom, man, being from here and being, you know, doing what she's doing, you know, and guiding me to reach out, man. So about 8 years in the making. There's a difference between a producer and a beat maker, right? There's a big difference. And I know that's like a big argument just in our own, you know, small world that we got as producers. But like, for me, to be able to sit in the room with somebody after you create something and guide them and coach them through that, you know what I mean? Like, that's what a lot of the OGs was doing. Luckily, I have a mentor that worked with the greats, like the Michael Jacksons and Whitney Houstons and Tony Braxtons and things like that, right? Being a part of Beat Club and working close with Tim, right? And really learning like what a producer is supposed to do and what you're supposed to be. You know, it's not just create something. Like, I'm an introvert, but being in a room with an artist and guiding them and coaching them through that shit, man, it definitely does wonders, because we got other ideas in our head that we can showcase for it. You know what I mean? So, to my producers out here, you know what I mean? Like, get in the room with them, man. Don't just create a beat and just send it out. Like, get in the room with these artists, man. Like, they will appreciate that. It's your boy ESQUIRE, man. I'm live here at Lennox Drive Studios here in Norfolk, man. If you need a dope sound, reach out to us, myself and Bridge. You know what I mean? You can follow me, ESQUIRE Music 111. You can follow Bridge, Official Bridges. What is it, Official Bridge 757? You know what I mean? And reach out to us, man. Pull up. Let's get some work done. Let's make some heat. You know what I mean? Graffiti Symphonies is out. Shouts out DJ Zoom. And if I can go down a list of every artist involved, I'm gonna do that now, right? Shouts out to Ina. Shouts out to J2 the Craftsman. Shouts out to Scoozy. Shouts out to Mercy. Shouts out to Bridge. Shouts out Wasilla Jiwa. Ray Gift the Keys. Scotty. My boy Hooked on Beats, Frequency Studios. Shouts out Frequency Studios. My boy Troy G White, in terms of engineering. Man, who else? I don't want to miss nobody. DJ Zoom. Man, Zeph. El Basquiat. You know what I mean? Like, shouts to everybody involved, man. If I miss y'all and this come out and you hit me up and cuss me out, I'm perfectly fine with it. Oh, Audio Ray out in Detroit. Man, like, Will Bowser, my boy Will Bowser, Master side. So I think that's everybody, man. You know, shouts out to everybody, man. Graffiti Symphony is out. Look Me Up. Terrence Esquire Huggins, man. Run It Up. We're doing some solid numbers right now. And I appreciate all of y'all, man. And shouts out Who's Next 757, man. It's been years in the running, man. Been trying to link with these cats. And I think, you know, after this interview, I feel like I finally did something, man. You know, being here all these years, man, and linking on my boy, man. Like, it was dope.